What's up, guys? Wow. So, we finally made it to episode 5, and, let's make it a good episode then. In this episode, we're going to talk about main characters and how important it is that you write them correctly. We will also be checking out different kinds of main characters as well, so that should be fun. So, a main character is exactly as it sounds. It is the character, or characters, that the story revolves around. With how many different stories have been told throughout history, we have seen a lot of different takes on a main character. From the heroic, strong character to even a scared, weak character. Making sure your character is well defined is probably one of, if not the most important part of writing a story. You see, a main character is the reader's gateway to the world. So a good character I like to refer to is Spider-Man. He was one of the first heroes who was written to be relatable. At the beginning of his story, he is just a normal kid with average friends and a fairly simple life, right? The reason that works great as a character is because we see a normal boy who isn't that much different from someone we may even meet in the streets, and we watch him turn into something amazing. You get it? Amazing? Like the Amazing Spider-Man? This is great because it feels as if the character went from being like us to something so much more. It adds weight to the character and could really help people not only become attached to a character, but also allows people to look up to them. There are also characters who are just blank slates, or very unopinionated, which allows the viewers to create depth of the character themselves. This way of writing a character is primarily used in video games. For instance, look at Link from The Legend of Zelda. But there are some butts, shows, and movies that have pulled this off, and pulled it off well. A great example for this is Mikado from the light novel and show Durarara. He is a bland character who reacts to those around him, and that's essentially his purpose for even being in the show. Well, for the first half of the series anyway. This makes us feel that we are in the place of these characters. Since they have no defining features themselves, we apply our experiences and feelings into them, bringing them to life in a whole new way. We also have characters who are created with views that are skewed. These characters are interesting because they allow us to see how different they are from us. This works in the exact opposite way from the relatable main character. See, the relatable main character is good because we understand them, but these types of characters are interesting because we don't understand them. Confusing, I know. Someone I like to use for this type of character is Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye. His character has a lot of opinions and strong beliefs, and some obsessions that make him an extremely interesting character. Because of this, following him is fun because we learn more about how he handles certain things. Lastly, a main character type I'd like to talk about is the larger-than-life main character. These are characters who are made so incredible and out of our league, they are made simply for us to look up to them. Superman is one of these characters. Another popular character written this way is Saitama from One Punch Man, but even though both of these characters were made to be unbeatable for us to look up to them, they achieve different things. Superman is meant to be used as an example, a true hero, and is meant to be the default superhero pretty much, whereas Saitama is a very interesting and deep main character, but was written for a comedy purpose instead. This just goes to show you how a main character is more important than even the genre of your story. Main characters can easily be written blandly, which can obviously cause a story to go downhill no matter how good the plot or supporting cast is. In episode 2, I bring up how to write characters, and my advice was to look at real people and try to exaggerate them, and that will instantly bring them to life. I stand by this, but something else I'd like to add is that your main character should be written with a purpose. Whether that character is written to represent something or to prove an overall point, there needs to be a reason they exist. Figuring this out early on will help your character come to life, and people will pick up on how well written a character is, trust me. Like I said before, a main character could make or break an experience, so make sure to keep that in mind when writing. Well, everyone, thank you for listening to me talk about main characters and blah blah blah. You get the point. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. It would mean the absolute world to me if you could like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, just support this channel because we're putting a lot of work into it, and I'm seeing some great feedback, but I could always use a little more to get my my brain happy. But anyway, thank you, and also leave your comments. And that was my dog in the background, don't mind that. But also leave your comments on your favorite type of main character and why. Until next time, everyone, peace.